own street number and your own mailing address?
I don't think so.
Jasmine John is still settling into her new but temporary home in San Diego City Heights neighborhood.
This is where the scientist in residence is going to live.
The studio apartment includes the basics: furniture, mini fridge, dishes, plus a special request for the kitchen.
We also have a step stool. I did request a stool because I'm a little short and I would need to reach the top shelves.
Though short in stature, she's not short in science.
I am a climate modeler. I work at NOAA's Geophysical Fluid Dynamics Lab in Princeton, New Jersey.
She's using her temporary tenure to enhance science education for the area's students. Right now, John says she's developing a curriculum to teach sixth graders how to plot measurements collected from San Diego's ocean waters.
Having the students be a scientist and understanding the part of the scientific process may be collecting data. And so once they have that data, they'll come back to the lab and plot the data. That's also part of the scientific process.
John's residency is the latest development from the upcoming Living Lab. The Interactive Science Center actually pushed back its grand opening date last year, in part due to construction delays caused by rains. The facility comes from a partnership between San Diego Unified and the nationally recognized nonprofit Ocean Discovery Institute. The organization teaches area youth about the ocean through a watershed in the lower-income community, which is where the new facility is located.
So this is our Eco Lab, and this is where we would have aquarium along that wall back there.
That's Ocean Discovery Institute's Carla Camacho. She says the Living Lab's 2 laboratories will help the nonprofit reach thousands more kids with enhanced hands-on education.
This lab is mainly for kind of doing dissections with sea stars, or let's say they find something in the canyon and they want to bring it in here, like different plants and things like that. That's what this lab would mainly be for.
The sprawling campus includes added elements that will help the nonprofit broaden its focus, such as a rooftop garden and a kitchen.
We're going to have these programs where students are learning about the science of health, and so it'll include, fitness classes, healthy cooking classes, and as a part of that will be kind of where does your food come from as well.
Camacho says the goal is to open the Living Lab's doors this fall, but doesn't have a firm date yet. In the meantime, NOAA researcher John is working to leave her mark on the Living Lab's programming.
This year we won't have tanks, but next year we hope to have tanks, and we'll have mystery tanks where we have different temperatures and pHs.
Based on their research, students will assess the temperature and pH levels of the different tanks and determine which one represents data from the past, present, and projected future, and what that means for wildlife.
To sort of build that idea of climate and climate changing and climate models, and we'll ask them to start thinking which animal is your animal that you have going to survive in these tanks? Which one?
But personally, the Trinidad and Tobago native says she wanted her time at the Living Lab to provide City Heights students something she didn't have, a role model.
It can spark that little, curiosity, or saying, wow, this is something that is really cool and maybe I would like to do that someday.
John moves out of the Living Lab in mid-April, but will continue advising on programming. Ocean Discovery Institute is recruiting now to bring another scientist here in the fall. Taryn Mento, KPBS News.